Over the years, we worked with different content management systems, and in this video, we are about to show you which content management system is the best in 2020. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel by pressing the subscribe button and the notification icon below. We upload videos every week.
And we actually split the screen so that we can explain the two categories basically of the content management system. On the left we have the open source content management system, and basically an open source these are communities that actually have been developing different platforms. WordPress, the base of or basically the base code for WordPress is PHP, and we have Joomla as well. We have Drupal and Magento. We'll go over the differences, and in a bit. So far, WordPress seems to be the best on the industry right now for some functionalities, and then we have Magento that is really strong right now. Adobe actually purchased a couple of months ago Magento, which it makes it really promising. On the right window, we have the actual paid version of the content management system. I'm sure you're very familiar with Shopify. So basically, besides that, you actually have to pay for it. It involves a lot of services, and it's been very. I mean, look at the. This graphics actually describes what's happening to Shopify for this past couple of years. We also have Squarespace, we have BigCommerce, and we're gonna discuss Wix. Let's go back to WordPress for a second. Basically, with these open management systems, when they are open source, like WordPress, so you can go to their website and click get WordPress and just download their latest version and trying to install it. If you're trying to install the WordPress by yourself, basically you will need a server or something where you can add the files and then show the files in the website. So let's step back for a second to help the people that actually don't know how this works. A content management system is a place where a system or a software where you actually add content, and then other people actually can interact with that content. For example, here in the Magento side, and this is tip number 1 of the tutorial. This is a hot tip right now. If you're on Chrome, basically go to View, and then under Developer you can see View Source or Developer Tools. We're going to use Developer Tools later on. For now, just press View Source, and you can see the source, see here, of Magento. So we are basically on the code basically of the website, and in other words, we are on the back end of the website. So the people at Magento, right, they actually add their content here so that we can actually interact with the content on the front end. This is the front end of the website. So we can click, we can interact with forms. Here we have a scheduled free demo, and that's how basically it works. So as a CMS, aka content management system, basically you add content in one side so that people can interact on the other. And basically with the open source, you can there's 2 ways basically that you can work with an open source. Let's see, we have WordPress. You can just download their latest version and then we use file select to transfer all the files, or you can just log into your Godaddy account, or in this case WP Engine. In this case, you need to pay the hosting account where you can actually have your website. So all of this is included on the paid version. That's why you don't pay anything up front for the open source. Basically, you need something like this, and on the back end, you'll be able to actually download WordPress and install it here. This is basically the server side. You can add the images and all of that here. And then you can actually, and this is the tip number 2. Hey, we have 2 tips today for you guys out there. Just download Sublime Text. This is one of the software that we use to edit code. So it's very easy to use, and it's like a notepad. You can use a notepad as well. So basically, you will need a web developer to manage either WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, or Magento, or any other open source content management systems. These content management systems, the code base is PHP, and you have to deal with the server installing in a hosting platform and hiring people to actually deal with that. We work with Godaddy. We work with hosting. Like this one is the best for a WordPress site so far. At least for us, is one of the best, where you can work from staging to production. Basically, you work with a dummy or a thumbnail on another URL, and then you just change it or switch it back to the live site so that you don't affect users while they're using it. And it's very useful. GoDaddy has the same services, but basically, as you can see, it keeps adding on. You download the free open source, and then you need to actually install it on any of these programs. However, some of these like Ionos and GoDaddy and WP Engine, basically they do have a builder for WordPress. Let's see, we are on Ionos. This is the what used to be 101. Let's see WordPress and see what it brings. So we have installed. See, we can click on install WordPress, and as you can see, it's gonna pull out to install WordPress and start a form to create actually a website. So this system is very easy to use for web developers or basically front-end developers. However, if you don't know anything about code, you actually need someone that can help you install an open source. At this moment, WordPress is our favorite for 2020. On second place is actually Joomla. Joomla is very flexible, as well as WordPress. We have the paid version of the content management systems. We selected Wix, BigCommerce, Squarespace, and Shopify as the 4 more used for the past couple of years. We do have clients that actually have websites on each of these platforms, and we can actually tell you that Shopify is the best so far for e-commerce platforms. So basically, if you have a product that you want to sell, Shopify makes it really easy, and is very popular right now, especially if you go to their website. Right at the bottom, you'll see the drop shipping for business. This is one of their most successful business model, because you can just enter and you can get started with a free trial for 14 days and start selling your products, yes, without the need of inventory, which is huge with drop shipping. Basically, the customers place the order, and then the order goes automatically to the store, and then the store actually prepares your customer's order. So basically, you don't do anything. You just set up the store, and that's it. And Shopify offers a lot of services and integrations with other marketing platforms. Squarespace is one of the best out there too, such as BigCommerce. Actually, Shopify and BigCommerce are very related. Somehow part of their code is very similar. If you want to customize one of these platforms, not Wix, I don't think you can modify Wix as well. Wix is very is really for non-coders at all. However, when you work with Shopify, they do have their code is called Liquid, and you do have to know some pieces of code to actually customize the store. But if you want to stay within the boundaries of Shopify, then it's pretty straightforward. It's a 1 to 3 step, and once it gets bigger, then you might want to hire a Shopify expert to help you with it. So let's take a look at the back end of WordPress. So you can see how easy it is to actually add content on the back end. So let's see how this page looks like on the front end. This is a new page. See, it says sample page, and then we have to switch all of this text. We find the page on the back end. They have a nice sidebar. If you keep adding different functionalities to the website, you will see this sidebar grow. Basically, you can find the website is right here. Click edit. And then there we go. You see the headline. We can just switch it to beach party. And then I just want to add something else. I can add party. I can add party 2020, and then just hit update, and I want to view the page. There we go. We have a beach party. You guys are all invited. So basically, WordPress has to be our number one choice. However, we do like Shopify because of the fact that you don't have to be a coder or developer to actually interact and actually have a nice store with Shopify. You can sell millions of dollars without the need of coding. At the end, you always might need someone to help you with the code if you want to really grow the company. But there's so many people that actually have built businesses with Shopify that it has to be number 2, and if we do this video again, it might be number 1. Number 3 is Joomla for us. So Joomla used to be number 2, but now with all the services and how the business is moving, Shopify has to move up. So there you have it. We do have other tutorials where we take a deep dive in all of these softwares, so stay tuned.